Dear students, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the previous topic, we discussed model, can, may, and some facts regarding the model and what the model is. Now, today we will discuss other models. Could, it is past tense of can. Could is the past tense of can, and the can is used to show the ability, and could shows past tense of ability. Past tense of ability or past tense of power. Or we also say that the can is used as a phrase, but could is also used as phrase in past tense. As phrase in past tense. Just as I can solve this question. I could solve this question. She can not climb the tree. She could not climb the tree. Phrase in the past tense. The child cannot help weeping. The child could not help weeping. Here it shows the past tense. And we also use could while expressing or saying when it is polite request. Could you lend me your book? Could you lend me your book? When we request somebody, then could is used. The polite request could is used. Also, might. It is the past tense of may. It is past tense of may. May is used to express the permission. Might also is used to express the permission. May is used while expressing the wishes and prayer. Would is also used while expressing the good wishes and prayer in the past. May is used to express the possibility. Might is also used to express the possibility, but in the past tense. For example, the teacher said that we might go for the picnic. We wished that he might live long. He might live long. He may live long. He might live long. So, and the past tense of may, the teacher said that he might go home. So may, it's past might. May is used while expressing possibility, permission, wishes or praise. And might is also used for expressing the same, but in the past tense. Now, another model must. Must is used to express the following. Must is used to express the following. To express the necessity. You must help your friend in the hour of need. It is necessary to help the friend. So must is used. You must run fast to catch the train. So it is must for you to catch the train. Otherwise you will miss it. You must work hard to get good marks. So it is necessary to work hard. So when necessity, showing necessity or expressing necessity, must is used. And while expressing, when it is obligatory or it is obligation, then must is also used. Soldiers must obey their commanders. So it is obligatory for the soldiers to obey their commanders. So must is used. Soldiers must obey their commands. Students must obey their teacher. When another must is used when it is compulsion. We must follow the rules of the road. Must follow rules of the road. Must follow rules of the road. When it is used to express the expectations, there must be something wrong in her mind, so it shows expectations कि उसके दिमाग में कुछ गलत चल रहा है. There must be a mistake somewhere. And it also shows the prohibition. You must not leave the class without my permission. You must not touch my book. You must not leave home without taking breakfast. So this shows the prohibition. Then there is modals shall and will. Mistakes are generally committed in the use of shall and will. Shall with the first person, I or we. Use it simply to express simple future tense, but only in assertive sentences. I shall buy a car. I shall buy a car. I shall go. I shall be 30 next birthday. With the second and third person. With second and third persons. Shall is used when it shows the sense of threat. With the third person, the shall is used in the sentence that shows the sense of threat. You shall be punished if you do not change your habits. And in the sentence, it shows the sense of promise. You shall have holiday tomorrow. You shall be given a reward for his ability. It shows the sense of promise. So in the second and third persons, shall is used in these very conditions. And also, when the sentence shows the sense of an order, when there is to take an action against him. You shall have to take an action against him. Against him. But with the first person, will is used as follows. With the first person, when will is used. With the first person. Singular or plural. When the sentence conveys the sense of threat. When the sentence conveys the sense of threat. And the person is first person, then will is used. I will punish you. But when the sense of threat and the person is second person, then shall is used. But when first person, then will is used. I shall punish you if you do not speak the truth. If you do not speak, if you don't speak the truth. Here the first person is used, then the modal will is used here. Speak the truth. When it shows the sense of promise. Sense of promise with first person will is used. Sense of promise when the person is second or third, then shall is used. I will surely help her. I will surely help her. In the sense of determination. I will never tell a lie. I will never tell a lie. It shows sense of determination. will is used. Now the use of should. It is the past tense of shall. It is used to express duty or obligation. When there is expressing duty and obligation, then should is used. We should respect our elders. It is also used to express advice or suggestion. We should work hard to pass the examination. You should go out for a morning walk daily. She should not go out barefoot. To express a request, should is used. I should like to say that he is not to blame. To express surprise, it is very surprising that they should lose the match. With lest, with lest, lest, in order to express purpose. I worked hard lest I should fail. I worked hard, मैंने मेहनत की वरना मैं फेल हो जाता. Lest I should fail. Then use of would. It is the past tense of will. It is also used to express determination, suggestion, and wish or desire. But in the past tense, it is also used to express polite request. Polite request. Would you please give me your book? Would you take a cup of tea? Would you please give me your bicycles? When there are polite requests to express, then would is used. Then there is modal ought to. Ought plus to. Ought to. In the present time, it is used as ought plus to plus first form of verb. For example, you ought to obey. You ought to obey your teachers. Here it shows the moral duty and obligation in present tense. But in past tense, in present tense, ought plus to plus, but shows moral and obligation. But in the past tense, ought plus to plus have plus third form of verb. You ought to have worked hard. You ought to have worked hard. And ought is also used to express the advice. You ought to consult a good doctor. Strong probability, he is very hard working. He ought to win a scholarship. When there is a strong probability, then ought to is used. Then there is use of dare. Dare is used both as principal verb and as a defective verb. As a principal verb, Dare means to challenge, to face, to oppose. For example, he dares to face his enemy. Here it shows the challenge. He dared to face his enemy. Some of the older boys had dared him to do it as a principal verb. But as a defective verb, dare means to venture. It's used only in the negative and interrogative sentences. He dare not face his enemy. In these sentences, to is not used. He dare not to face, but he dare not face his enemy. He dare not face his enemy. And use it to express some past habit. For example, Gandhiji used it to sip in for an hour daily. In negative sentences, it is used as used not to. When we talk of some past habit, then used to is used. But in negative sentences, used not to is used. She used not to tell lies. So here I try my best to give you the important information regarding modulus. It is not all. There may be something that I could say or I miss. But it is a short video and I try to contract the things. So thank you.